When raid bosses were first added into Palworld, we also got introduced to the first and the newest raid boss at the time, Bellanoir. And for the mighty few who have conquered this raid boss or their sister pal Bellanoir Libero, you'll be rewarded with your very own version of either of these pals. So today I wanted to show you all how to upgrade these awesome powerful pals. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Speakerhead, and today I'm going to be showing you how to upgrade Rem and Ram. Wait, that's not right. Today I'm going to be showing you all how to upgrade Bellanoir and Bellanoir Libero. But before we get into this guide, just a friendly reminder that if you enjoy any of the music you hear during this video or just want to support the channel in general, it's all part of my DMCA free music label, Speakerhead Studios. All the music on this label is completely DMCA free, so go ahead and use any of these songs for your content creating needs. We currently have over 70 songs available with more added frequently, so if you're interested in checking that out, all the links will be in the description below. Finally, I want to give a shout out to the person who suggested I make an upgrade guide on Bellanoir. Thank you very much for the comment and the support towards the channel. But with all that out of the way, let's get back to the guide. So before getting into upgrading these pals, it's best to go over the basics of them first. Both Bellanoir and Bellanoir Libero are pure dark type pals that can only be obtained via an egg after defeating the raid boss version of these pals. When it comes to their exclusive skills, Bellanoir is going to have one exclusive active skill, which is Nightmare Ray. As for Bellanoir Libero, they're going to have two exclusive active skills, and these are Nightmare Bloom, which is just a slightly more powerful version of Nightmare Ray, and also Flame Waltz. Talking about exclusive passive skills now, Bellanoir Libero is going to be the only pal in the game that's naturally able to be found with the passive skill Siren of the Void. And with it giving a 30% attack boost to both dark and ice type moves, it's a pretty solid passive skill to have on many pals. But once again, this can only be found on the Libero version of this pal, so if you want to obtain this passive skill, you have to obtain this pal. Now moving on to partner abilities, both pals are able to use a more powerful version of their Nightmare Beams when activated. And to activate their abilities, all you have to do is manually select a target for them to attack. Finally, when it comes to these pals' base skills, both of them are going to be a level 4 in medicine production, and also a level 2 in both handiwork and transporting. It should also be noted that these are currently the only pals in the game with a level 4 in medicine production. But with the basics out of the way for these pals, let's actually start upgrading them. Now the first thing I want to mention before doing any upgrades is that besides looking identical to each other besides some color changes, they're also going to have the same exact stats, which are why I'm upgrading them together in this video. Honestly, the only difference between these two pals besides color is that Bellanoir Libero is going to have a slightly stronger Nightmare Beam and also one extra exclusive skill. Other than that, both of these pals are going to have the exact same attack, defense, and health stats. But back to upgrading, the first way to upgrade these pals is by breeding one for good passive skills. Now normally this isn't that big of an issue, however for these pals specifically, this is probably going to be a major challenge for many people. The reason why is because both Bellanoir and Bellanoir Libero have a 95% chance of being female, so getting a male to breed for passive skills can be pretty tedious to do. And to give you all a bit of an idea of how difficult this can be, to get a male version of Bellanoir Libero, I had to fight this raid boss 53 times to finally get one. Also, for those who are curious, this also includes a decent amount of Ultra Bellanoir Libero fights as well. Now, even though this can be quite a pain to get a male version of either of these pals, there is a much easier way of getting one if you choose to do so, and that's simply by gathering a few Bellanoir eggs after defeating some bosses, quitting the game before hatching them, saving a backup file of your world, and then finally keep loading into that save file and hatch those eggs. Since pals don't get assigned specific traits such as gender until they spawn into the world, you can keep doing this until you finally get one that's a male. I also want to clarify that I personally didn't do this trick because I find it more satisfying to finally hatch one after many hours of hard work, but since I know most people probably don't want to spend hours upon hours trying to get a male Bellanoir, I wanted to give you this option as well because it honestly does save a lot of time. Now back to passive skills, when it came to deciding on a passive skill combination for these pals, the skills I decided to go with were Musclehead, Burly Body, Serenity, and Siren of the Void. As much as I'd like to put some better skills on these pals such as Legend, unfortunately due to these pals only being able to breed with their own kind, you aren't able to transfer some passive skills onto them. That being said, I still think this is one of the best passive skill combinations you can put on these pals. You could replace some of these passive skills with some other useful skills such as Ferocious or Impatient. However, for the sake of this video, this is the passive skill combination I'll be using on my pals. With this passive skill combination, this will give your pal a 70% attack boost assuming you're using either dark or ice type moves, a 20% defense boost, and finally a 30% cooldown on all active skills. But once you finally get one of these pals with the passive skill combination you prefer, the next step to upgrading them is in a pal condenser. Any pal can be upgraded in a pal condenser to upgrade their partner ability along with increasing their general stats. On top of that, once a pal is fully upgraded in a condenser, all of their base skills will level up by 1, which is really helpful. But with a total of 117 pals, you can upgrade either of these pals in a condenser 4 times, with level 1 needing 4 pals, level 2 needing 16 pals, level 3 needing 32 pals, and finally level 4 needing 64 pals. Now, assuming it took you a few attempts to get one of these pals with the passive skills you prefer, or even just to get a male for breeding them in my case, you should have enough pals to upgrade them at least a couple of times in a condenser. Now moving on to the next way to upgrade these pals, and that's by using a Statue of Power. With a total of 30 small pal souls, 18 medium pal souls, and 18 large pal souls, you can give any pal a 30% boost in attack, defense, and health. Also, to help you get pal souls, here's a list of every pal in the game that drops pal souls of all 3 sizes. But after you're done upgrading your pal in a Statue of Power, the next way to upgrade them is by feeding them pal fruits. By using ability glasses unlocked at level 34, you can see the hidden potential stats of any pal, which are what pal fruits upgrade. With each fruit increasing 1 stat by 10, all you have to do is feed your pal all 3 types of fruits until all of these stats are at 100. Now, for those who plan on buying pal fruits from a metal merchant located at any destroyed church on the map, one piece of advice I like to give is to use a Catress to help you get more dog coins. While up fighting with you, their partner ability makes neutral pals drop more items when defeated, which works on Mimogs and dog coins. Also remember to upgrade your Catress in a pal condenser to further increase the amount of dog coins Mimogs drop. Another piece of advice I like to give is that if you enjoy the content and want to see more of it, then make sure to subscribe and maybe leave a like while you're at it. It really does help out the channel. But once you've finished upgrading your pal's hidden stats with pal fruits, this is currently all the permanent upgrades you can do to either of these pals at this time. That being said, there still are a couple of temporary upgrades you can do to them. The first of these temporary upgrades is with food. Depending on what food you or your pal eats, they can grant a wide variety of benefits such as attack boosts, defense boosts, work speed boosts, along with many others. For combat purposes, I personally use Eikthydir Loco Moco and Eikthydir Stew. However, I highly recommend looking through all the different food options you can craft to see which ones might work best for you. But the very last upgrade you can do to these pals is by taking advantage of Who Crate's partner ability. While in your party, they'll grant an attack boost to all dark type pals. With the level 1 partner ability, they'll grant a 10% attack boost. However, with the level 5 partner ability, they'll grant a 20% attack boost. So if you had 4 fully upgraded Who Crates in your party alongside your Bellanoir or Bellanoir Libero, they'd receive an additional 80% attack boost. Now if you upgraded either of these pals the same way as I did in this video, their stats should generally look like these. But instead of just showing you all a bunch of numbers on screen, I'm going to do a quick battle against Victor and Shadowbeak to see how strong these pals really are. Also because I don't want to do 2 different battles showing these pals fighting, since they would pretty much be the same fight twice. We'll be using Bellanoir Libero for this fight to represent both pals. Finally, for those who are curious, these are the active skills Bellanoir Libero will be using during this fight. But without further ado, let's get into the battle. Alright, Bellanoir Libero, let's see what you got. Ooh, yikes. Yeah, hit him back with it. Big damage. Look at that. Just melting him right now. And what's crazy is that's a dark type move, so there isn't any sort of like type advantage or anything. So that's just raw damage from that attack. Hate to see that though. Such a big ice ball for such a small pal. Look at that damage. Yeah, just for funsies, let's do this. Hate to see that. Yeah, that's such a big ice ball. Ooh, hate to see Divine Disaster. Didn't even phase Bellanoir though. You know what? Let's finish it out with a Nightmare Stare. After a Flame Waltz, of course. GG's. That was probably one of the fastest fights we've ever done. Just shows how powerful Bellanoir Libero really is, but nice job. Now with that fight concluded, I hope this shows just how powerful you can make these awesome pals. But that's going to be my upgrade guide on Bellanoir and Bellanoir Libero. Let me know what you think down below. Let me know if you found this guide helpful, and also let me know what pals you'd like to see me upgrade next. Finally, once again, if you enjoyed any of the music you heard during this video or just want to support the channel in general, you can check out my DMCA free music label in the links down below. But that's all I have to say for now, so thank you all for watching. I very much appreciate it, and I'll catch all y'all in the next one. Take it easy, everybody.